Alrighty. Greetings. Welcome back to Blackbird News, where everything is connected. How y'all doing? Happy New Year to you. Hope y'all had a enjoyable weekend. Something's in the water. It says over 700,000 illegals were offered free health care in California yesterday. That's America. Yeah. Yeah, that was a story I covered like a year ago. That they're like Medi-Cal for all the newly arrived immigrants. But as far as the people that live here, sorry. Which a lot of people were kind of like, what? So what? It's one of those things. What's up? We're live on Rockfin, YouTube, Callin, and on Twitter or whatever it's called. Formerly known as Twitter. But healthcare in California is one of those things they just keep on dangling in front of people. That will never pass until people realize that the Democrats are as right wing as the Republicans. California is what you get, if you think that, well, we just need to vote harder. You just need to vote harder. If you just get all the people in that are the good people, the right people, the right party, the right party. They're all the right party. They're all on the right. If you vote harder and get all the people that supposedly are the people that care, then you'll have some kind of a better world or something. And that's just not true. It's California is a case in point of why doesn't. The problem is that the country in general is pretty much extremely right wing. Our policies are very, very fascist. And it's taking people a while to realize that. to wake up to that. All right, what's up? We got a few more rock fenders rolling in. I realize it's a Tuesday. It's early. What if I move the show back an hour? What if I stop talking about moving the time of the show? I don't know. I'm not moving the show yet. I'm not moving the time. We're getting used to. Everybody's getting used to 9 a.m. Still, I think, but thinking maybe 10 a.m. I don't know, man. I don't know. I kind of like just getting the show. I like getting into it early in the morning and kind of being done with it. And then the rest of my day is I can move on to do other things in my day. All right. Cool. People rolling in. Clayton Halligan says wild idea, but maybe the government should pay for everyone's essential health care. Yes. It is a wild idea. What are you? Some kind of jackboot Nazi, Clayton Halligan? I think that's what they're trying to. That's what they're trying to say is if you are a people and you want things to be done for the people, that you're some kind of wild-eyed, extremist, right winger, communist, maybe Russian sympathizer. Who knows? Who knows what you are? But you're certainly wrong. Certainly on the wrong side of something. Yeah, you are a commie, Clayton. You know, and people argue that socialism is bad, and they don't let the government do things for you. But hey, you know what? If the government, first of all, take the things that they're trying to give you through corporations. They're trying to take government services and more and more hand it over to these for-profit corporations who are surely doing the right thing by you and definitely making it better. We're getting better care than ever because it's all run by insurance companies and corporations. Totally great. Things are getting better and better. They're trying to privatize it. The the bane of a dysfunctional society, or the way this society is going, or where we're headed, is the privatization of everything. That's the wrong direction. What's the right direction? The correct direction? Making things a public, doing things for the public good. And those are going to be functions of the government. And it's not going to be perfect. And yes, there's going to be people trying to do corrupt things with it. But certainly it could be better, way, way better, with the correct oversight, right? If, the people have a say-so, and they have more of a say-so than the corporations, and they should, then surely we'll move in the right direction. So it's not... stop letting people tell you that the government, it can't let the government. No, the problem is that the government is giving away everything to the corporations. The corporations have totally overtaken the government. The government doesn't exist for the people anymore. It exists for the corporations. So you want to reform the government and make it work for the people and not for the corporations. That's the problem. Anyways, I say this every single day. I say it all the time. And it's not, it's not a popular it's not a popular opinion these days, but I don't care. I don't really care. What's up, Brady? How you doing? There was a time. Hey, what's up, man?
Happy Jeffrey Epstein week.
Yeah, Jeffrey Epstein week.
Just wanted to say
I've seen. Oh man, I
it's
meant to
all
actually
coming
grab
together.
some of those videos of the names. Oh, and I actually should grab this video of the names. What's up, man? How you doing?
New Year is off to a really good start. Unbelievably. Actually had a really good New Year's celebration, probably the best one ever. Went to
Nice.
a little home studio with my new bandmate. I ended up meeting a new musician, and we're gonna start playing together, a little jazz duo. And he's just got the most amazing home studio I've ever seen. So it's really cool. But anyway,
Excellent.
yeah, I'm really excited about. I've been following the Jeffrey Epstein thing since way before it was popular,
Right.
and everyone would call me crazy. You know what I mean? So this is a little vindicating for me, but at the same time, there's just still so much more to do because it's so much more than the sex crimes. There's the financial crimes and the war crimes, and then the
Yeah.
human rights crimes attached to this entire network. And it's not just Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein was just a little fall guy. He
Sure.
was just a little. He was the little guy that was sent there to protect Ghislaine Maxwell, who we still have. She's still alive. That bitch can talk.
Right.
Uh,
She can.
I just like to
If it's really
remind people
her,
of
I don't
that
know.
shit.
If you want to go conspiracy, if it's really her, I don't
Oh no, it's
know.
really her. She's
Yeah.
the ringleader. Yeah, no, Jeffrey Epstein was the little fucking dumb fuck fall guy. He was he's the middleman. You know what I mean? He's a little fish, and there are much bigger fish in that swamp.
Right.
And Donald Trump had so many of them on his fucking cabinet, all over his cabinet. It's just ridiculous. But
Hey,
it's all gonna come out.
it is all. So has it not been released yet? The Epstein client list, officially or unofficially? I'm seeing a lot of posts about it
We have a.
being released. Is it? It's not released yet, is it?
I don't believe it's released yet. The extended list. We have a list. We have lists, and there are lots of lists that people have made online that are independent lists.
Yeah.
But this one is specifically from the evidence
Right.
itself, from the hard evidence, extended release, so to say.
Yeah. I'm trying to find out when the actual, because I don't think it's been released yet, officially. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can confirm that. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of posts about it, but I'm not. Let me see. Well, 3 days ago, the Wall Street Journal has published a lengthy new report offering more details about how Jeffrey Epstein groomed his victims. Let me see. Newsweek. It's pretty big. Jeffrey Epstein's list of associates, what we know as names to be revealed. To be revealed. They're to be made public this week. Hold on, here we go. About to be made public. Blah blah blah. What's the actual date? Please give us the date. Oh, I don't know.
Mike, that should be better. I think it drops on the 4th in a couple days. So we got a couple days.
That's what I thought I heard.
Okay, that's what I.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to see. I know there's a lot of Democratic names and lefty names on there, but I'm interested to see how many right-wing names might be on there as well.
Sure. I'm sure there are. It's funny what I see on. I'm seeing a lot of stuff on Twitter. There's like this war of like. There's one faction of people that are like, Trump is totally on that plane and he's doing the things with Jeffrey Epstein and what a pedophile he is and what a horrible person he is. And then the other one, which is Hillary and Bill Clinton were on that plane and they are pedophiles, right? And so I'm just paraphrasing YouTube. This is not what I'm saying, but I'm just like, I see these two camps, right? And it's kind of like, well, couldn't they all be guilty, right? They're all. It's like there's even like a right and a left.
There's even like a right and a left.
Yeah, and
side to this, and it doesn't. They're all on the same side.
Yeah, but exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of people that point this out on the left as well. But therein lies my beef with Alex Jones. You know what I mean? This is a perfect example of how he has controlled opposition because. Instead of blowing up over the Sandy Hook thing, they could be going after Dennis Hastert, who's also still alive and out of jail now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll remind everyone after raping. I don't know if I can say this in the show, but after doing his thing with kids, getting busted for it, he's still very alive and out there, and I'll bet he knows a thing or two. So why aren't right wing nuts going and harassing that guy? If they care so much, the Sound of Freedom bullshit, why aren't they harassing Dennis Hastert?
Oh, and why not? And why not go back and why not go back in time to when, if you remember the Boys Town thing, and that was like implicating like the Bush, Bush administrations and like
Reagan administration as well.
Yeah,
all the way back to Reagan.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and it was that.
It was.
You have an echo.
You have an echo.
You got to turn off like what you're listening to, because the Bush and that implicated a lot of like right wing people, and all the way back. So it's all the same. They're all in it together. It's all the same thing. And so it's funny to get on Twitter and hear people go, Trump is the worst. Look at Trump was with Epstein and Clinton was. Look, man, they all. There are people really like and maybe this maybe like maybe Trump is really into it. You know, I don't really believe it, but maybe Trump is really into investigating this, but I don't really believe it.
Well, look at
But there's
Ali
this whole faction
Alexander,
of people trying to
for
say like Trump
example.
doesn't like
To say
Epstein,
like Trump doesn't like Epstein.
and
Oh yeah.
he wants to investigate this, and he wants to get to the core of this. So I'm like, all right, whatever.
Well, those people don't know who Selena Middlefart is, which is Donald's girlfriend right before his current wife, the first lady. And he was introduced to her by Jeffrey Epstein, as well as his current wife, introduced by Jeffrey Epstein, as well as his
They're
first wife,
all in the
introduced
same
by Jeffrey
club.
Epstein.
I know it's crazy. It's you
So,
know,
like
so all the
Donald Trump, it
all
looks
the
like
Trumpers
Donald
who were
Trump
like,
can't pick up a
yeah,
girl without Jeffrey Epstein.
yeah,
It looks like Donald Trump can't find a girl without Jeffrey. You know what I mean? That's why Jeffrey is his best friend.
for real, yeah, all the people that are like, Trump is the good. He's gonna come in and get these guys. I'm like, you're
He
totally
is the
a
guy.
dude. He is the dude. He's part of the. He's in the club. Come on, man, wake up.
He gave so much money. There's a photograph of him holding Bill Clinton's dick, and they're both laughing about it. They're at the same club. I mean, come on,
I totally
guys.
believe
It's
that.
not rocket science, dude. You know,
It's not.
like
It's
I
not at
don't
all. It's
have
not really
pictures
hard
like
to see
that
that
with
one.
my friends.
No.
You can't find a picture like that of me. I don't love any guy that much. You know what I mean? Like,
No, sir.
it's funny. It's a funny
No,
picture.
right.
You know
Right.
what I mean? It doesn't mean that they're like best friends, but it certainly means they were chummy together and working together at the very least, friendly together. You know.
Yeah. I love that this is
But
the first show back.
Ali
This is what
Alexander,
we're
the
going
leader of
deep
the
on.
Stop the Steal movement.
Yeah.
Yeah, the leader of the Stop the Steal movement, Ali Alexander, was recently busted soliciting underage sexual images from young Republicans via Turning Point, Regular University, and
Interesting.
I don't think that he's been arrested for it, which I'm pretty sure that's an arrestable offense. And I don't know why all these Sound of Freedom people aren't screaming from the rooftops to drag him into court. You know, I demand an answer to this situation. It's blatant hypocrisy.
Well,
you know?
it's yeah.
Well, it's yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'll
Well, thanks,
pass
man.
the
I'm
torch
gonna
to
take this
William,
call.
and
I'm gonna take this call from William. Thanks, Brady. I appreciate it. I got
yeah, wish you a happy New Year, dude.
Yeah.
And stay
too.
cool.
All right. Peace. All right. William, what's up? How you doing?
Hey, Kev. Hey, Brady.
How are you, man?
Good. Well, all right. Keep in mind, technically, the crime starts with the grooming in any of these matters. So, like when Maria Farmer talks about Ivana Trump going out to recruit young girls with Ghislaine to bring back to talent parties for Epstein and Trump,
Yeah.
those talent parties are part of the grooming. It doesn't mean the girls had to have been molested at those parties. Girls as young as 12 years old, by the way,
Yeah.
according to Maria Farmer.
Yeah.
That those girls into the whole system.
Mm-hmm.
That's when the crime starts.
Yeah.
Are we going to see that kind of action against? Now, we also financing sex trafficking is a co-conspirator crime. So Epstein said that he made his most money off of Donald Trump, Bill Gates, and what's the guy's name who had Victoria's Secret? I'm just on this moment here. It'll come to me. One of the other guys who was a kingpin in this whole thing who hasn't gone to prison, Leslie Wexner. Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
now that he made his money off the real estate deals, it's all connected. You know, I mean, in that regard,
It's looking that way, right? It is all connected. It's like, and then you could tie it into what's going on in the world of war, right? Like all of that, what's going on with the current world situation and how much power one little country has over one big country, and it's all like all of it is connected. All of it is connected, and it's like yeah,
it's connected. Kevin, follow the money.
right.
Sex trafficking is a huge. It's the biggest unfortunately, black market trade along with arms of course.
And so many people have been trying to uncover it for so long. I mean, if you go back to was it Nancy Schrader and Cynthia
yeah.
McKinney, and like these people have been trying to like, hey, you guys, like this is a serious thing. 20 and 30 years ago. I mean, it's been going on. People have been trying to dig it out for a long time, but and now there's a new group of people. Even there's a few folks in Congress who are like, hey, maybe we should talk about this. And it's like it's going to be interesting to see how long these folks can stick around.
Well, along those lines, Cindy McCain said they all knew what Epstein was doing, but they couldn't get the civil authorities to do anything about it. With a couple of things
Yeah,
interesting about that.
yeah,
So, of course, that's Senator McCain's wife, Republican. Well, if they all knew what Epstein was doing, how did they get caught with their pants down? I mean, in other words, was this a blackmail operation or was it a sex trade operation? And then the excuse is, well, gee, we were caught, but yet somehow the FBI and the CIA didn't raid St. James Island and the Manhattan townhouse. Where's all the evidence? And
yeah,
there's been no charges. Maria Farmer's been talking about this since for a while, and Whitney Webb wrote her book. And I'd be very surprised if we actually see any charges out of all this, because if there were to have been charges, civil authorities would have already presented, prosecuted people. They're not going to suddenly
or not. I don't know, or not, or they could just be like, well, that's it seems to be like when there's allegations of this kind of stuff surrounding anybody, in the real power structure, it's just always like, oh yeah, sure, that's interesting, and it just seems to be you could just dust this off your shoulder, off your collar, right? Like poop poop, like it's I don't know what you're talking about. That's
part of the problem.
it's and yet when other people, if you want to smear people, if you want to get rid of people who are a nuisance, and you just allege some things, and oh my god, this person is the worst ever person that ever personed, and like okay. Like I don't know. Anyways, man, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna cover some news for a little bit.
Real quick, you made a point what to do with Russell Brand, and yet there was no civil action. So keep in mind, there's a lot of priests all the way up the chain because of canon laws that have not been acted against because of money and gag order. Civil
what else? Who else did they? Well, I mean, Trump is just a cardboard. They're just putting him. He's a poster boy for the evil, right? That's all. But I mean, they're doing just taking action against people without any. They haven't actually been found guilty of any crimes or whatever. Like that's just these allegations are so serious that we have to keep them out. Keep them. We have to keep them at bay, right? We have to demonetize them or keep them off the ballot or blah blah blah. But like when other, again, I just made the same point. But like you go back to the, other people have some very serious allegations against them, and they're like, what? No, that's just no way, right? The same allegations or any allegations about Biden being, involved, and it looks like these things are pretty real. It's like, but anyways, but he's at least he's not fascist, so that's fine.
Right. It's always political. They use it. They weaponize it, and it's not equal justice, obviously, across the board. You made the point I want to make. But one real quick thing, at some point, I'd like to talk about the latest news with Alex Jones, what he said in public regarding Cindy Hood, because it is important to her freedom of speech, civil rights, due process, gun rights. But I know you want to run, so another day.
Let's talk about that one later or possibly on Rockfin. So okay, I feel like I've already crossed a lot of lines right here. But anyways, all right. Thanks, William.
Thank you too. Bye now.
Yeah. All right. Let's move into some. Anyways, good to see you all here, and got some more folks watching on the Twitter, watching on the it's funny. Oh, and going back to Joe Rogan being, I saw, um, oh, dang it. What's her name? I'm totally blanked out right now, but very popular singer that like I'm gonna remove my music from Spotify because Joe Rogan is super racist. It's like okay, you know, but no, no. I'm gonna stop voting Democratic, or I'm gonna I'm taking the Democratic Party to task for promoting Joe Biden, old Jim Crow Joe as president. One of the most super racist people ever to walk the planet and be president at the same time. He's pretty super racist. So is Trump too. I agree with you. But it's like, anyways, whatever. Um but she was going hard. Oh god, why can't I remember her name? I'm just totally blank. She was going hard today about, how Joe Rogan is still racist. It's like, listen, you're not going to win that one right here. And okay, and also lots of people are racist, and we know this. And I don't know what you want to. I don't know what you want to do about that. I'm not saying it's okay to be racist. I'm not saying like racism is fine. I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. I think racism is bad. Lots of people are racist. Anyways, whatever. Um, and I actually don't think that Joe Rogan is racist. I think, I mean, even using like a slur does not necessarily, whatever. I think he was trying to push boundaries. I think that's different than actually like in his heart being a racist person. I don't think he's like in his heart a racist person, but plenty of people are in their hearts super racist, and people of all colors. Racism is a equal opportunity, emotion. All kinds of people are super racist, not just the whites. Anyways, so and I think that's an emotion that should be dealt with, like on an internal level, on a societal level. Like I don't think it's like we're gonna stamp out racism. No, I think we should understand where the emotion comes from and work to be less racist. That's my inner and outer position is like I think we should work to I don't think racism is a great emotion for anybody, anybody to feel white, black, or whoever you are. I think racism is not a great place to be in or to come from, and there's plenty of racism, going around for everybody. Anyways, whatever. Um, but it was a weird flex. I was kind of like, really? We're still going on that one? Okay, sure, but sure, okay. All right, here we go. We're still going on Spotify. Are we still talking about Joe Rogan on Spotify? I thought that one that was a long time ago. Anyways, December 2023 in Canada was extraordinarily warm. Temperature anomaly was 5.88 C above the 1991 baseline. Jeez. That's hot. With anomalies locally close to 10 C. If that's above the 1991 baseline, that's wild. It was the warmest December in most stations from east to west, from north to south, second, third in the others. I don't know. Anyways, very warm in Canada. Wow, the Great Lakes and also in the northern areas. Great Lakes typically have an ice coverage of 55% during the winter months, causing at least half of their surface to freeze. As of yesterday, they had a combined ice cover of just 0.2%. Golly gee, that's awful low. Lake Superior, 0.5%. Lake Michigan, 0. Lake Huron, 0. Lake Erie, 0. Lake Ontario, 0. That's crazy. And with that, you know, that's one of those. It's a thing called a tipping point, or a, um, or a positive feedback, which is, the warmer it gets, the warmer it gets. The warmer it gets, the more it sets up conditions for it to get warmer, and then it gets warmer, and then it gets warmer because it sets up conditions for more things that make it warmer. Poppy, you have a problem with the charts? What it says? Yeah, you're right. It's saying like 12, 7, 8, 15. Why is it? Okay, hold on. Let's look at this. Gene, I once drove across Lake Superior to get to an island. The only way to not fly. Hold on. Let's look at this. Oh, I forgot to show you. I want to show you this hilarious video of Al Gore. Al Gore. Al freaking Gore. Let's look at this. You're right. The good eye, Poppy. Good eye on that. Great Lakes ice cover, December 31st, 2023. Great Lakes combined current 0.2. Oh, Poppy, you're seeing the 1973 to 2022 average. Okay, so we're looking. I couldn't really see it very well in the other representation. So what here it is blown up for you. There we go. All right, thanks for pointing that out, Osama. Yeah, so current 0.5, the average from 1973 to 2022, 7. So they're showing you the averages for the last 50 years. And where it is now, which is 0.5. That's pretty low. Michigan, yes, Salt Lakers. Who are you calling an ice hole? Salt Lakers. All right. Today's economic system is set up to destroy life on Earth as we know it, with a huge wave of extinctions by 2025, 2075, followed by mass death. For humans, according to the major 2022 scientific report that showed coming impacts have been gravely underestimated. Media still silent. There you go. Well, media is still silent, and the coming impacts have been gravely underestimated or underreported or under communicated. And that is actually the conspiracy that everybody, people are like, oh, it's a conspiracy. This climate change hoax is a conspiracy. No, the conspiracy is that it's going very badly. Things are going, if you can't actually see it with your own peepers, I don't know, who are you? Where do you live? Do you live in a box? Do you live in a cave? Do you live in a hole in the ground? Where do you live? Because it's like kind of clear to everybody that something ain't the same on the planet anymore. And what the conspiracy is that they're trying to keep it the real actual knowledge from you for as long as possible so that you can keep on going to the store and keep on going to Target and keep on going to buy the things and keep on going to do the things and, get, just doing all the things, the regular things, as if this is going to just keep on going forever, right? That's the conspiracy. And just, again, I say that every day too. And, no disrespect to my fellow truth tellers out there, but you got to get on the right side of this one. Steve Austin pointing this out. Martin Betridge says they became billionaires by providing products and services that we all voluntarily consume. Voluntarily, sure, kind of. There is a volunteerism there. We all happily do it until you realize that if you don't do it, you might be cast out of society in some way. You might not live. And we are we're very communal creatures. We're very, we like to feel part of the crowd, part of the herd, part of the, there's not a lot of us that like to just totally be alone, and we're fine with that and be on the outside and not be part of society and accepted. So it's kind of voluntary, but it's also kind of like, well, you want to be like everybody else. You want to be doing the things like everybody else. And you don't want to be on the outside. So it's, it's also highly encouraged by societal norms. Joe Rogan isn't a climate denier, or he's not a. I think he's highly suspicious of the people in charge that are telling you what the answer to climate change is. But there was a time when he was, he was fully understanding of the issue. But I think he's doing what a lot of people are doing, which is people that fully understand the issue of climate change also understand that the elites are, using it for nefarious purposes, nefarious ends, and they also understand it's very unfashionable to talk about climate change. Like, it's extremely unfashionable. So anybody who's trying to keep their audience, and I don't really find this to be a great development, is going hard on the they're trying to tell you it's climate change. They're going with that line. And I think Joe Rogan is doing it as well. Anyways, back to this. They became billionaires. So would you rather we lived in Stone Age poverty in order to protect the pink robin? Well, that is a dumb question. Because if you refuse to, for one thing, he says, Steve Austin, Martin here asks an important question because he assumes it's a binary, them or us. I don't know that we need to live in Stone Age poverty, but I think somewhere in the middle might be a good answer, right? And I like Steve Austin's point here. That it doesn't have to be like, well, do you want to live like dirt poor, eating mud, eating bugs off the ground because there's nothing to eat for nobody, or do you want airplanes? Like, it's not. That's a silly, it's not all or nothing. We could have some things, and we could also see things in a holistic way. Like, okay, maybe exponential growth, just like the economy, here's a funny thing, because, most good journalists will tell you the exponential growth in the economy is probably unsustainable, right? They'll quickly go, oh yeah, there's no way that's going to keep going. Right. can't keep growing this economy on what? On hot air and think that it's going to keep going. Bubbles burst, things collapse, right? There are drawdowns, there are drawbacks, there are pullbacks in the economy. Like that's just how it goes. Anybody, with a couple of brain cells can tell you that. But you can't say that about human beings. Oh, exponential growth. Oh, what are you, anti-human? If you think, right? No, I mean, come on, man. Kind of everything works along the same basic principles. That everything is connected. Of course, everything is connected. Of course, it's connected, except for when it comes to human beings being 8 billion strong and growing. And then we're not connected at all. Then disconnect everything. Unplug. What are you, crazy? No, I'm just a thinking person. Anyways, as in, he goes on to say, as in, let's kill nature so we don't have to live in Stone Age poverty. Without understanding that when we kill nature, we also kill ourselves. Not sure we're going to make it. Exactly. Yeah, protect. You want to protect this endangered. What are you, a communist? Like, okay, listen, man. If you create conditions that kill the pink robin, you're probably creating conditions that kill the other birds that live around the pink robin, or the insects, or maybe the other, or mammals that live. That's the whole habitat, the ecosystem. Right, everything is connected. Some other entity, organisms, and probably many depend on the pink robin doing what the pink robin does in order to make the whole ecosystem work. If you destroy the fabric of the ecosystem, then the ecosystem doesn't work anymore, and that means you're probably not going to be part of that ecosystem either, right? That's kind of how it works. So maybe consider, you don't have to consider Stone Age poverty, but maybe consider, not just having everything that you can possibly buy at fucking Home Depot every day. Jesus. Somewhere in the middle there might be a good place to be. Anyways. But I've said too much. All right. Breaking. New bombshell court ruling in New York has found that CIA conducted unauthorized surveillance on journalists and attorneys who visited Julian Assange. No. I think we knew this. Wasn't this old news? I think they did. Don't we already know? This is like from 3 years ago. Anyways. The ruling has opened the door for the declassification of the CIA's secret plot to have Julian Assange assassinated. I don't think that's very secret either. That's not secret at all. But, I don't know. Maybe one day they'll let Julian Assange out of the brink. I don't have a lot of high hopes for that. They're keeping this man locked up without being charged really with anything. They're going to they want to extradite him. They're keeping him locked up in case we want to extradite him, but anyways. Turkish MP Hassan Bismet had a heart attack on live television. This is becoming a weekly occurrence, and the media is silent about it. That's true. Australian government puts out a chilling notice advising health officials to opportunistically administer vaccines to patients who are under sedation or anesthesia. Good Lord. Opportunistically administer vaccines. When you wake up, they're like, oh, yeah, we gave you one of the, we bumped you up on your vaccine schedule there. We just wanted to help out there. So don't worry about that. You're all caught up. No. And I'm going to jump off of YouTube so I can actually cover this. for the last couple of minutes. Media blackout. 10 news stories they chose not to tell you this week. And this is mostly dealing with a lot of these are dealing with the give me a C, give me an O, give me a V. So anyways, so the link to what? Which one? All right, so we're going to jump over to Rockfin for a few minutes. And before we do, got to let you know, the show depends on you to keep on going. There are no paywalls to anything on the show. Rockfin link? Oh. Here we go. I mean, it's not gonna. There we go. There you go. Oh no, that's not it. Sorry, I'm gonna delete that. I'm not trying to put myself on a timeout. I'm trying to delete. I just want to delete this comment. That's not the right link, guys. Hold on one second. This is the right link, I think. Here we go. This is better. Someone got in there. Yeah, Osama, you got it. Anyways. All right. Here we go. Where was I? Yeah, bring this content to you for free every single day. And if you want to support the show or help the show keep on keeping on, you can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/blackburnnews. You can cash at me at Red Llama Music. You can Venmo me at Kevin Sandblum. You can paypal.me/Kevin Sandblum. You can Zelle me at kevinsandblum at protonmail.com. I really appreciate your support. It really, really does help. I do. I love doing the show. And I love to bring it to you every day. So thank you all. All right. YouTubers, see ya. See you tomorrow at 9. Peace.